Hello, in my lesson plan, I decided to do a math integrated arts lesson for grade 1 classroom. The topic is geometry and spatial reasoning. So in this lesson, they will be able to, they will learn what 2D shapes are. They will be able to sort shapes by size and color. They can describe the location of shapes, so that's relating to spatial reasoning. And in terms of the visual art component, they will be able to use a variety of materials and create 2D artwork. So in the first part of the lesson, in my Minds On section, I will introduce a read aloud, which reviews 2D shapes with the students. And then after that, I will introduce an artist who is well known for his abstract art. So I will break up the kids into small groups of 2 to 4 students. Each group will receive one of this artist's, his name is Wesley Kandinsky, so they will each receive one of his paintings, and they will have a small discussion in their groups and observe, describe, and compare the various types of lines and plane geometric figures that they see in the artwork. As that's happening, the teacher will kind of circulate the classroom and ensure that students are both using math vocabulary as well as visual art, visual art vocabulary as well. So once the kids have at least 5 to 10 minutes to analyze the art pieces, the teacher will call them back and facilitate a small discussion about what the students saw in the paintings and what stood out to them the most. After that, it goes right into the art piece where they actually get to create their own abstract art. So what kind of inspired this part of the lesson was 3 things that we actually did in our own portfolios. The About Me section, the second part of the portfolio that inspired this piece is when we got to create 2D drawings from 2 lines. And the third thing that inspired this art piece was when we got to review or actually learn about a famous artist, and we got to recreate our own artwork that was inspired by Emily Carr. So in this section, I will provide students with a variety of materials like construction paper, watercolor paint, pencil crayons, pastels, whatever they need to accomplish this. And what they will do is they will actually create an abstract art that is in the shape of the first initial of their name. So here is my piece. It's backwards on the screen, but it actually takes the shape of an S. So in a grade 1 class, I didn't do it here just because I didn't have a printer to print it, but in a grade 1 class, I would provide them with the initial of their first name. So in this case, my first name starts with an S, so I did it in the shape of an S. But for a grade 1 class, I would actually provide them with the S, and then they would go ahead and draw their geometric figures, their organic shapes, as well as their lines, and they'll use a variety of materials. So I used watercolor paint, I used markers to accentuate the lines and the detail. And then finally, once they're done creating their abstract art piece, we will lay them all out on their desks, and then for the consolidation part of the lesson, I would do a gallery walk. So the students would walk around the classroom and observe what they see in others' paintings or artwork. So I'll ask students any interesting details, what shapes they saw, what color choices they saw in the gallery walk, and then we'll kind of come together as a class and talk about it. And then after that, I would gather all their individual art pieces and I would post them in the classroom. I would create a mural and I would put it up in the classroom. So I would say that this particular lesson kind of goes through the first 6 stages of the creative process. So I would challenge and inspire them with an artist who creates abstract art. I would have them imagine and generate kind of what they want to do. They would plan out what they're doing, experiment with different materials. They would then produce their preliminary work. And then afterwards for the consolidation, as I mentioned, we would do a gallery walk. So that's when the students would be sharing their work. And that's basically my lesson in a nutshell.